Hey, my wonderful people. Good morning to you all. Oh, happy new week and happy Monday. This week is going to be a better week. Oh. My greatest happiness of this week is that those people who have been in one way or the other speaking against the IPOP or the activities of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or the ESN or everything that got to do with the Biafran restoration and the Biafran second referendum to know where they belongs. Those people have already turned back now to speak in the favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOP, the ESN, and the entire Biafrans in general. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about those people that call themselves, not me, call them, or they call themselves Ohanaeze Ndiberibe. You can call them Ohanaeze Ndori, or you can also call them Ohanaeze Efulefu. They don't come out to what they said about the sentiment from a so-called 70-years-old man who, and I remember him now, Asari Dokubo, who always speak from two sides of his mouth. Ohanaeze now, they come out now in full force to reply him. What they tell him is they said, enough is enough. That's the breaking news. Ohanaeze issues stand warning to Dokubo, tells Tunumbu what to do to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This one is a very great news for us, this new week that we are into. For the Biafran family, for the lovers of freedom and lovers on the Biafran restoration and agitation. May the good Lord bless you all. And as you're about to move on into the main news or into the main business of the day, remember, it is what? It is of your right or whatever it's being called to know what is happening in the Biafran restoration. Yes, nobody is going to deny you that fact. And that is what I'm doing. So the only way you can repay me back is do what? You see that subscription button? Hit it now, otherwise I will hit your head. That's what it is. Take me, my wonderful people. Please, I don't land again. Oh, I am landing from Vietnam this Monday morning. In short, after the news, I'm flying back to Vietnam because I can't stand the heat of the kidnappers in these our localities. Before they bullish him. So, my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers all over the world, on our way down, happy new week. Today happens to be the Monday. And today is the 19th day in the month of June in the year of 2023. This month is gradually do what? Doing bye-bye to poverty, bye-bye to poverty. So my wonderful people, please, let us go straight to the news why we are here this morning. When I don't hear them, Ohanaeze Ndigbo says enough is enough. The issues they stand warning to what? To that Asari Dokubo, the 70-years-old man. And I know I'm now, the Mumu man. So let us go straight to the reason why we are here. The Ohanaeze Ndigbo Youth Council Worldwide has slammed former Niger Delta militant leader Asari Dokubo for calling on the continued detention of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Ohamadike one of Igbo land. Recall that Dokubo has asserted while speaking to State House correspondents on Friday that freeing Nnamdi Kanu would equivalent to endorsing criminal behaviors. Well, before I proceed, I have this thing to say before it escaped my mind. It has one Arise TV program I watched this morning before going into this news. And the people that are involved in those programs, I mean the lawyers, the counterproductive action and whatever, the question they are asking is that what brought Asari Dokubo into the government and the State House to be given a broadcast? In other words, as a non-state actor, he don't even have any single right or reason to go inside that place or for them to grant him the right or the access to that place for him to vomit all he have vomited from his mouth. Yes, of course, he vomited against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and also implicated the Navy and the Nigerian military who have been fighting in tooth and nail to make sure that they salvage the insecurity that is ravaging around, despite the fact they are not doing their best. But the issue have been there. They are playing politics with people's lives and properties. That is why the issue of insurgents and insecurity in Nigeria can never go, because the people that are at the helm of those very affairs are the decision makers in this country. Those who think that they own this country. That is the people that is behind the insecurity. So notwithstanding, before I go offline from the point of the day, the point I'm trying to make is this. Our Asari house now, the government house, the central heart of Nigeria, which is Asari, it has become a beer parlor now, whereby every miscreant can go in and go out. or even to the extent of granting interviews inside a government house on the what do they call it? On the media house chamber. That is where Asari Dokubo was sitting at the head of the coat of arms of Nigeria and be vomiting all sorts of nonsense from his mouth. Concerning Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he said it should not be released. Nnamdi Kanu is a criminal. Look at a kettle calling pot black. That is the simple truth. Then in the other way, indicting the military and also the navy on the oil theft in the south region of the country. Now they are trying to call him now, come and provide evidences you have against these people. You understand me? I know what he's trying to do. He wants to be known. He wants to remain relevant in this thing. He wants to collect that contract that the Buhari government gave to Tompolo, so that he'll be the one to handle the billions of nairas or trillions of nairas being awarded to them on monthly basis to guide the pipelines. That's exactly why he went to Asari. In other words, who invited him in the first place? We don't know, but we will soon find out. He contended that Kanu should be held accountable to the law, according to Asari Dokubo, the 70-year-old man. Dokubo said his release will fuel impunity. During NSAS, Nnamdi Kanu was walking free. What did he do? He poured petrol on the flames of NSAS. Now he has been caught. What of the people who died? This is criminal. He should face the law. In a statement issued on Sunday by the National President Ohanaeze Youth Council Worldwide, Mazi Oku Nabike asked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to ignore Dokubo and invite Kanu Nnamdi for a round-table discussion on peace, on how to handle the affairs of the nation. And that is exactly what any good leader will do, whether in this country or anywhere in the world. While noting that Dokubo was sponsored by those who want to destabilize President Tinubu's government, Oku said it was unthinkable that at a time many patriotic citizens of the country were thinking of ways to unite the country. Dokubo was busy throwing up ideas that will further divide the nation. And that is what that 70-year-old man, Buffalo, went to the government house and vomit from his mouth. He said, we have always known Asari Dokubo as a rebel or a rebel. Rosa, who is not interested in the progress and prosperity of this nation, other than he is interested in his own private life and pocket. This is a man who has been in the creeks for years, sabotaging the country's economy. We all know what it is to sabotage the economy of a country. What other crime could be more than this? The economy is not doing well today. Asari Dokubo contributed immensely to it. But curiously, the same man who claims to have repented, even when his boys are still in the creeks, has the temerity to brand Nnamdi Kanu a criminal. What a word. When did Asari Dokubo become a court of competent jurisdiction to decide who is a criminal? He has only taken his hatred to Ndibo too far. In Yaram, and as a youth called on Tinubu to ignore Dokubo and his aides, who are not in any way interested in the positive future of the country, but in their selfish gains. The group urged Tinubu to go ahead and not allow his administration to be derailed by the hypocrites like Asari Dokubo, who want to feed fast from any crisis in the country because he deals in ammunitions. Mr. President should be wary of him and his sponsors, who are the enemies of the government. The federal government should do well to invite and engage in Nnamdi Kanu and other agitators. They are fighting for justice and marginalization. If the government could engage members of Boko Haram who have killed and maimed millions of people, it should not find it hard engaging any agitation or agitators in the country. Mr. President is one of those who vehemently fought in favor of democracy and justice in the past. He should give a listening ear to Nnamdi Kanu, and as Ndibo said, they warned Dokubo to desist from further attempting to use Nnamdi Kanu's audio to promote his interests in this current administration. The group said, enough is enough. We want him to henceforth stop using Ndibo as an avenue to promote his ego. Everyone knows he has personal issues with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which will be settled later. On the other hand, we have a breaking news here that the government has declared curfew as terrorists attack Plateau communities again and again. This one, they are only attacking who? the Christians in that very place. Plateau State government has declared a 24-hour curfew in the Mangu local government area of the state following a deadly terrorist attack on Sunday evening. Niger News reports. Reports obtained by Niger News reveal that uncertain number of terrorists invaded some communities in the area today, shooting sporadically at innocent citizens. The number of casualties recorded in the affected communities could not be affirmed as of the reporting time. However, sources confirmed to the Punch that the assailants invaded at least 4 communities in the local government, including Mangu town, and killed several residents, while several houses were also burned. What are the aim of doing this? This one is religious cleansing. Exactly what did they call him? What Erufai said. This is what is going to play out when you have this kind of people at the helm of the affair of this country, and they don't care to know what is happening or what has happened or what is about to happen. Declaring a 24-hour curfew cannot bring back the dead. It cannot restore the house being burnt. It cannot restore the dignity of that very area. Moreover, it cannot do anything good to those areas, because anybody who die, don't die be that. The religious cleansing that they are doing in all the parts of the north, they want to take it by fire, by force. That anything that got to do with the religion, as long as you are not a Muslim, you are eager to be wiped out from those particular areas. That is what is happening. It is happening in southern Kaduna, which is staged by El-Rufai and other cabals, other Fulani cabals, who are planning to take over Nigeria by fire, by force. A lawmaker representing the Mangu South constituency, Bala Fawingi, also confirmed the incident to the news platform in a phone conversation on Sunday night, saying, "All I can tell you is that war has been declared on our people in Mangu. They are just attacking and killing our people right, left, and center. The attack started today and in Bawai community, and then they moved to Mangu town, and now it has spread as to Sabongeri. Our people really need help. It is to curtail the situation that local government authority has declared a 24-hour curfew in that local government. 24-hour curfew can never solve it. After 24 hours, they will still bounce back again. Declaring a 24-hour curfew without appropriate security architecture to handle the menace that is about to take over those places. Even if you declare 1 week curfew without not doing anything, it's not going to help the issue, because they will still come back again. This one is religious cleansing. It's jihadis. Jihadis agenda is what these people are carrying out. But nobody cares to know. Nobody cares to say anything, simply because it never gets your foods. It never happened to you. The Christian Association of Nigeria have not said anything on the killing of Christians in North, Central, Northwest, and Northeast. No wahala. Let us keep going. Announcing the curfew in a statement made available to newsmen, the chairman of the Interim Management Committee in the local government area, Marcus Atu, said a 24-hour curfew has been declared in Mangu local government area. As such, there will be no vehicular movement at any spot. Furthermore, all movement of motorcycles has been banned until further notice. Only security personnel and workers on essential duty will be allowed to move. Niger News learned that operatives of the Nigerian police force were earlier deployed to the troubled local government area and other areas in the state in a bid to protect the people from further attacks by terrorists, which have persisted in the past months. However, no security agency has issued any official statement in the latest attacks as of the time of reporting this news. So, what do we learn from this? My dear people, if you are a Christian in Nigeria and you are living in the northern part of the country, or you are residing, or your ancestral land is from that place, my dear, think twice, because I go on the Nakrika. The jihadist agenda these people came with it, they are just carrying it gradually and gradually. This killing persisted for the last 8 good years. In the 14 or 20 days in office of the new administration, the killing have not stopped. You have called the service chiefs. You have a meeting with them. What is the result for them to show? At least, even if now 1 month, let there be a good news that no blood was shed in that country called Nigeria. Remotely, we are having a cold war going on in Nigeria, mostly against the Christians living in that country. The government, the international community, the European Union, the ECOWAS are not saying anything, and they don't see anything about it. But when the people arise and revoke now against the government, they will say that, oh, they are fighting democracy. Just like the nonsense that Asari Dokubo vomited from his mouth. What happened during the NSAS. Let's move forward. Details of how DSS officials allegedly raided EFCC headquarters secretly emerges. Let us see what happens. Officials of the Department of State Service, DSS, reportedly raided the headquarters of the sister agency, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Friday night. Nigerian news learned that the reason for the raid was not yet been ascertained, but source with the EFCC revealed that the raid lasted till Saturday. That means it is overnight raid. It will be that the DSS stormed the Lagos office of the EFCC, preventing officials of the anti-graft agency from getting access to their office in Ikoyi. Sahara reporters learned from a top source in both agencies that over 500 EFCC officials were locked out from resuming work due to the office ownership disagreement. The EFCC officers are shocked. They have been using the building for more than 20 years. Several suspects are there, and there are fears that some might have been illegally released, a top source has said. You know, you see, that means now this one is government against itself. According to Sahara reporters, the raid was executed at night to prevent public knowledge of what is going on. Similarly, it was also learned that the staff of EFCC were instructed not to mention anything concerning the raid to the public. Well, I know they finish. But an insider revealed that the DSS is working for a particular interest, very important to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, beyond what the public is made to believe. Okay, now you see, I'm using the DSS against the public and against anyone that they feel maybe there's an important file concerning the so-called Agbado of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that they are looking for in that EFCC office. But another source said it may be linked to the recent closure of the EFCC office in Ikoyi, Lagos by the DSS. The source said, I had a raid and the partisanship of the DSS for the reason why they raised an alarm yesterday, Saturday, that some of their disgruntled officers are planning to shame the agency and embarrass the leadership. That is actually intimidation, symptomatic of what former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, did during Ibrahim Mago's time as EFCC chairman to get several suspects off the hook. Meanwhile, it was also gathered that the investigators handling the case of former Zamfara State Governor Bello Metawalle are to be summoned by the DSS for interrogation. Why? I don't know. Anything that got to do with the financial crimes is for the EFCC, not DSS. DSS are for security. But now, they are doing everything now. Even arresting people who go to tip foul. That is the work of DSS now. Nigeria have they have no direction. Everybody is moving zigzag. And that is how the country keeps scattering day by day. It was revealed that Metawalle was being investigated by the commission in two separate cases. One of them is a case involving his private company, which got money from the National Security Advisor's Office without executing the contract, which was investigated under the chairmanship of Magu. The other case involved the alleged fraud committed by Metawalle while in office. But source close to the president said Tinubu is aware of moves by the former governor to stop the anti-corruption body from probing him, which includes obtaining court orders to restrain the commission and other agencies from carrying out their investigations. Nigeria, on our way down. We are moving forward, please. Ban bim, Chelem, because now, if they now walk at we are moving forward. We are not going to back out. Not with all these their threats or whatever that is coming left, right, and center. We must do what? We must do our duty in the media house. 10th National Assembly, Akpabio and 13 other state governors told to disclose their pension. From governor to minister, from minister to Senate president, all these offices are still collecting pension, even not till tomorrow. Even when they die, their children will still continue collecting pensions in 3 different offices. But it's not yet finished. As a governor 2 times, as a minister of NDDC, as a chairman of the NDDC, as a Senate president, and after that again, he will still return back to become a member in that Senate, so that money will keep coming left, right, and center. And Nigeria will be speaking that they don't have money. If Nigeria don't have money, then who have money? The only country who borrow to sponsor what they call it, House of Rep budget of 150 billion. I be 160 trillion. While I know they finish. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, and 13 other former governorship in the 10th Senate have been told to disclose their pension from their various states. The request was made by the Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project, SIRAP, in a statement by the group Deputy Director, Kolawole Ola Oluwa Dare, on Sunday. Niger News understands. According to him, Akpabio and others should disclose the total amount of life pension, if any, that have been received from your states as former governors. The SIRAP deputy boss told new lawmakers who are former governors to promptly clarify if you have collected and or currently collecting life pensions as former governors from your respective states, to stop collecting any such pension and return the pensions collected to the treasury of your state government. He submitted that Nigerians expect you to act in the public interest, including by ending the collection of any life pension from your respective states and returning any such pension that may have been collected to the treasury. Collecting life pensions as former governors while in a Senate would clearly violate constitutional provisions and amount to taking advantage of entrusted public positions. That is why you see them running from helter-skelter, making sure that from House of Reps, they will enter Senate, from Senate, they will go back to local government chairman, or even to becoming a minister one way or the other. Uluwadare confirmed there are 14 former governors, including the Senate President, in the 10th National Assembly. He opined that they should all emulate former Senate President Dr. Bukola Saraki, who stopped collecting life pensions as a former governor of Kwara State and described life pensions by former governors as immoral and fraud. The group listed former governors that received pensions as Godswill Akpabio, Akwa Ibom State, Adams Oshomole, Edo State, Adamu Aliero, Kebbi State, Dave Umahi of Ebonyi State, Aminu Tambwa of Sokoto State, Abubakar Sani Bello of Niger State. Others are Ibrahim Dankambo, Gombe State, Danjuma Goje of Gombe State. Gombe State 2 times, okay, first time and second time. Abdulaziz Yari of Zamfara State, Benga Daniel of Ogun State, Aliyu Wamako, Sokoto State, Oji Carlo, Abia State, Ibrahim Gaidam of Yobe, and Sariaki Dixon, Bayelsa State. It is also identified states implementing life pensions for former governors to include Akwa Ibom, Abia, Edo, Jigawa, Niger, Kebbi, Kano, Sokoto, Jigawa, Cross River, Ebonyi, Enugu, Benue, Gombe, Yobe, Taraba, Kaduna, Plateau, Katsina, Rivers, and Delta. Many of these states owe workers salaries and remain the poorest in the country. Yet, they are giving past governors pensions. Can't you see it? And those who are working cannot be paid. And why those who are not working, they use pen to write off everything and put inside their private pockets, living a flamboyant lifestyle at the expense of the poor masses. This is very, very bad. 7 Imo PDP committee members dump PDP to which party? To APC. I'm not surprising. In a surprising development, 7 high-ranking members of the People's Democratic Party PDP in Imo State announced their resignation on Sunday morning. These members also declared their exit from the said party. During a press conference held at the party secretariat in Owerri, the state capital, Collins Opuruzo, who until now served as the state publicity secretary of the party, voiced doubt about the suitability of Samuel Anyanwu, the party's candidate for the upcoming governorship election on November 11. He said that Anyanwu lacks the necessary attributes to govern the state. The individuals resigning include Ray Emana, the party secretary, Greg Nwadike, the youth leader, Martin Ejog, the deputy state chairman, Maria Mbakwe, the state women leader, Josiah Eze, state treasury, and Chibu Isi Obiudo, State Vice Chairman, Olu Zone. All these leaders present at the press conference endorsed Opuruzo's statement, although the 7 members have renounced their positions and membership in the PDP. They have yet to reveal which political party they plan to join next. They indicated that their new political affiliations will be disclosed in the coming days. Opuruzo said, since 2020, when this working committee took over the administration, the cockpit of the PDP in Imo State, we have evolved a tradition of being upfront with you as members of the Fourth Estate in the realm about all issues that troubled our dear state. We have, through such interactions, inspired faith in a better Imo realized through good governance and the democratic norms. Today, unfortunately, it is not for such engagements. In equivocally terms, we announce to you that the PDP in Imo State has now been damaged beyond redemption by the National Secretary, Senator Samuel Nnemeka Anyanwu Samdadi, and the parties is at last moving irreversibly to its terminus. It is necessary we remind you that in the last 3 years, this working committee has built a very strong, formidable, and enviable PDP in Imo State to enable the party to realize its promise of being a truly democratic entity. We envisioned the need to expand the internal democratic space by forming nearly the 5,000 chapters across all the polling units in the state. We took the party to the people, and that made us the darling of the Imo State. We accomplished this task despite our lane resource as an opposition. No other political party has attained this feat in Nigeria. More so, we institutionalized the culture of accountability in a party administration and demonstrated a readiness to govern and reform Imo State. But since Senator Anyanwu became the National Secretary of the party, he has never relented in deploying the powers of his office to fight members of this working committee and intimidate even ordinary members of the party. Endless strife, mindless wars, and erosion in all democratic values and principles have now defined and defied Imo PDP. Day after day, Senator Anyanwu still sponsors his very few loyalists to cook up parallel petitions against us and flood the National Secretariat of the party with such inanities on the basis of those controversies. He has continued to threaten to dissolve the party in Imo State even after we have defeated him at the Supreme Court. Samdadi has remained unrelenting and unrepentant in his destructive agenda. The question you people are supposed to ask, who paid him to do so? It is heartbreaking to inform you that some of us in the state working committee have severally escaped assassination attempts because of the wicked lies which our national secretary sold to his violent supporters, that we misappropriated party funds. Yet, it was the Senator Anyanwu that sent his aides from Abuja to steal the materials for last year's Congress of the party, thereby creating a stalemate that gobbled all over all our resources through multiple and controversial exercises and appeasement of multiple stakeholders so as to save the party from not failing candidates for the 2023 elections. When Senator Anyanwu eventually succeeded at crowning himself the governorship candidate of the party, he convened a meeting of all local government youth leaders at his residence in Owerri and confessed openly that he had lied to them about financial mismanagement in the party by the state working committee. He also apologized to the state youth leader for the attacks and elimination attempts he had passed through because of the falsehoods which the Samdade had propagated. He also recanted the lies and repeated apologies during the only meeting he has had with us as members of the State Working Committee since his emergence as a governorship candidate. He said all the falsehoods peddled against us by him were as a result of his fight for survival. All of us in the State Working Committee are reputable people who have made their marks in their various areas of endeavors. How could the Senator Anyanwu destroy our reputation and also destroy the party we have built simply because of his fight for individual survival? The implication is that if by mistake he is allowed to govern Imo State, he will further destroy our dear state, if only that would guarantee his individual survival. Last Saturday, armed thugs sponsored by Senator Anyanwu invaded the party secretariat and unleashed violence on us. They vandalized our building, smashed all the glasses, beat our security men to a pulp, broke into our offices, and looted everything they could find. This latest attack was the most brazen and audacious attempt to eliminate us. It is curious that the so-called function which Senator Anyanwu claims to have brought him and these talks to the party secretariat was totally unknown to us as state working committees members. When the state chairman Charles Ugu made efforts to bring the police to investigate the attack, Senator Anyanwu stood against it. Is that not shocking? How can a man who says he wants to make Imo safe again be caught aiding and abetting acts of violence and insecurity even against his own party members? There is a clear danger. There is a fire on the mountain. Run, run, run. We must now run to stay alive, according to the news broadcaster. Despite the electoral vigor, creativity and resource which our party had put into the 2020 general elections, we made a very poor showing simple because Senator Anyanwu directed his loyalists to mobilize and work against the party and our candidates at all levels in the state. As a responsible working committee, we had overlooked all these provocations and proceeded to set up a reconciliation committee ahead of the governorship election. But our teaming members across the state who felt deeply hurt by the actions of the Senator Anyanwu have appeared before the reconciliation committee and declared their position that allowing Senator Anyanwu to hold the flag of the party is a reward for impunity and remorseless anti-party activities. This is the reason that in the aftermath of Senator Anyanwu's emergence as governorship candidate, hundreds of senators or senior members of the party have dumped the PDP. 4 serving federal lawmakers also dumped the party along with thousands of their supporters in a single day. Those who stayed back have completely lost morale, only looking up to us for direction, and the moment has come. How do we explain to generations yet unborn that it was under our watch that one man became the national secretary and governorship candidate and also single-handedly chose a deputy governorship candidate for himself? Collegiality, stakeholding, and consultations have all taken flight from Imo PDP. When the retired Emeka Ihedioha, or Right Honorable Emeka Ihedioha, held sway as leader of the party, we saw a robust, vibrant, inclusive, and a functional political party system. Every success recorded by Imo PDP is owed to the ingenuity, resource, and outstanding leadership of former Governor Emeka Ihedioha. Conversely, all the maladies that have lately befallen us are squarely the making of Sam Dadi, and the unjust imposition of Sam Dadi on us as a governorship candidate by the IO-led National Working Committee is the second most cruel occurrence in the history after Ken murdered Abel. Wahala no dey finish. To be very clear, Senator Anyanwu is not running for governorship in November. If he claimed to be running, it is not to our knowledge as members of the State Working Committee. The party does not know that his program looks like. That is if he has any governorship campaigns have started. Yet the party does not also know if there is anything like a campaign council or not. The rent for the party secretariat has since expired, and the landlord has kept harassing us. Party staff are gone without salaries since Senator Anyanwu emerged as the candidate of the party. The party cannot afford to fuel our power generating set and even purchase stationery for our offices. Yet, someone is parading himself as our governorship candidate. This deceit cannot be allowed to continue and we cannot lend ourselves as tools for the deception of Imo people. Never will that happen. In a view of the foregoing and many other shocking discoveries, which will soon be made public, we, the undersigned members of the Imo State Working Committee of the PDP, have resolved to resign our various positions in the party and dump the party en masse. We have today opened the floodgate of resignations and the defections, and in the next couple of weeks, there will be only Senator Anyanwu left in the party, according to the news we got here this very morning. As if that one is not enough, we have another situation in our hand here, and that situation calls for concern. This one is coming from the office of Hope Uzodimma, which is the accuser, Ugochinyere Ikenga, of representing Idato South and Idato North. Uzodimma caused the death of my uncle. Others, Ugochinyere, ascertained. A member of the House of Representatives, Ikenga Ugochinyere, has accused the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinjo, of threatening and attacking him before the 2023 general elections. In an interview with Arise News on Thursday, Ugochinyere alleged that Uzodimma sent hoodlums after him, which led to the eventual death of his uncle and other people in his family. Ugochinyere said he had no issues with Uzodinjo until the issue of the compromise of the voters register was raised, that the governor started to threaten him and brought different lawsuits against him. He said, "Come November, our people are going to vote, and we are going to vote in the line of what is morally right, what is sustainable, what will make our people in Imo State sleep with two eyes closed." And I must say it categorically, what the governor of Imo did to me was wrong, was unfair, was morally bad, was even to some extent criminal. I didn't do anything to him. I didn't have any issue with him. This is somebody I have known for a very long time. And all of a sudden, you declare war on a young man that did not do anything to you. Almost over 15 charges. That is made up of treason, murder, rape, and arson, and so on and so forth. I never killed anybody. I never bombed anywhere. That I raised the issue of voter registration compromise had nothing to do with you unless you are the one that is involved. Maybe that is why you are finding it very uncomfortable and you started attacking me. The chieftain of the People's Democratic Party PDP claimed that he had been continually threatened during his time, but nobody had come to his aid when he reported the issue to the police. Ugochinyere then referred to the incident in which his convoy was attacked by the one of Hope Uzodinjo's underlinings. He said, on January 14, fire and bomb were brought to our doorsteps as he recounted the deaths of several people, including his uncle. I escaped because God wants me to be alive. And then all he had to say was, that I brought it upon myself. How do you call yourself a leader? Those that took oath of office to protect lives and property, and you say that you are aware that some people were coming to bomb and execute me, and you kept mute so that you can carry it out. Speaking on the lawsuit against him and the fact that he had been declared persona non grata in Imo State, he said, I think that those issues of declaring me persona non grata has gone through the process of the court up to about 12 to 14 litigations where the court quashed most of those allegations and most of those declarations, especially from the controversial commissioner of police, who you are aware was the same man who went to Adamawa to try to overthrow to the democratic process, to try to announce a woman that did not win a governorship election, the winner of an election, even when elections had not ended. It was the same commissioner of police. So you need to understand the kind of people that are declaring me persona non grata. These are people who are supposed to be in jail for what they did in Adamawa. So I don't think I have anything to fear because the law is on our side. We have gotten judgments of the court that quashed all these baseless and fabricated charges, and we are going home more often to be able to unite our people. There is nothing that is going to stop me from going home. Nobody can stop me from going home. So my wonderful people, my viewers and subscribers, now here we will take back our kaya and I go with the go. So I think we have tried for today. Make on our way to hear my next voice. So it's gonna be later today. Definitely, I'm not going to keep silent. I'll keep on voicing out anytime, any day. Because without talk, how man want take waka? And that's all the thing take me. So make on enjoy on a day. Until I come here, we're gonna see the man your one and the only Okute Daily Talk. Speaking from my own side. Have a nice day. May the good Lord bless us all, the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Until I come your way again, I still remain your one and only Okute. Have a nice day. Kemesiano.